Hey guys, it's Meg. Welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. So we are now in 2025. Honestly, where has 2024 gone? Mind you, it was such a quick year, but I also felt like so much happened in 2024. But one thing that I can say with my whole heart, 2024 was the year for music. The amount of music that we got last year was absolutely insane. The amount of singles, album releases. Honestly, I think this is one of the years that we've had the most album releases. I don't think we've gotten this many albums released in a year in my lifetime that I remember anyway, from so many incredible artists. So absolutely insane. We were fed last year, so I'm very intrigued to see how 2025 will go within the music realm. We got fed so well last year. Like, are we gonna get another 3-course meal again? Like, are we gonna be fed just as well as last time, or are we just gonna be getting little snacks here and there throughout the year? Or hey, we might be getting a 5-course a la carte menu, who knows? With the incredible music that was released last year, I thought I would do my top albums and songs of 2024. Now, I'm gonna put a quick disclaimer here because some people who are watching this video are probably going to get mad. So I was doing a bit of research before this video just to make sure I covered everything and didn't miss out any particular albums or songs. Sorry, that's Willow. Are you making your bed? Are you done? Lie down, Willow. Lie down. Lie down. I honestly cannot tell you every single album that was released last year, and I have not listened to every single album that was released last year. So if you are new to my channel, my typical music taste is pop, indie, R&B, maybe a little bit pop rock here and there. But obviously I'm very much aware that albums across all different genres of music were released last year. Too many albums that I genuinely cannot keep up, and I'm definitely unaware of some albums that were released. So before anyone comes at me in the comments saying, you missed this album, why not this album? Because I'm going to be doing albums in the genre that I listen to. This is not albums of the entire year as a whole. This is just my personal opinion. These are albums that I listen to a lot throughout 2024 and for me are at the top of my list. This is not like a general, these were the top rated albums of the whole of 2024. It's just my personal opinion. I know some people get a bit funny with music and how some people don't include genres, but I'm just letting you know, from like the pop, indie, maybe potentially R&B. I don't think there's actually any R&B. No, mainly pop and indie genre, so please keep that in mind. Okay, I'm not going to keep this video too long. Let's just get started. I have a list on my iPad here of my top albums, and also I'm going to do my top songs of the year because, like I said, we got a lot of singles, and this year I really fell in love with loads of new music. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with the albums. I was going to do this in a rating order, but genuinely when I was planning this video, I genuinely couldn't rank them, which one I liked more than the other. I found it so hard. I was like, okay, maybe if I rank them by how many songs I like on each album. I like the same amount of songs on each album. Like, I can't rank them. So this is going to be my top 10 albums of 2024, but in no particular order. There's no order to this because I physically couldn't order them. Enough disclaimers, I'm sorry. I know my intros tend to be a bit long. Let's just get on with it. First one at the top of my list was Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Shall I get the vinyl out? Because some of these albums I do have the vinyl of. That might be quite a cool touch. Yeah, you'll have the little album cover in the corner in case I don't have the vinyl, but regardless, let's just have it here, why not? So Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. What an album. Don't get me wrong, I expected really great things from Sabrina because I love Emails I Can't Send. I also love Singular. Like, I absolutely love her music. I used to listen to her in the Disney Channel days. Like, I've always loved Sabrina's music, but Short and Sweet, I genuinely was not expecting what I heard. This album was honestly bop after bop after bop. The singles she released for this were perfect. Please, 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 Espresso, Taste, like, they were incredible. The vinyl releases for this album as well, amazing. Her marketing team, honestly, give them a raise because her branding was on point. So my top 3 favourite songs from Short and Sweet, oh my goodness, I think is Good Graces, Bedchem and Juno. They are honestly my top 3 from the album. I just love how they're produced. They're so catchy as well. I cannot wait to hear what Sabrina comes out with in 2025 because I don't know how she can top this album. I absolutely love this album. I still listen to it like on repeat. It's one of my most spun vinyl at the moment. Following very close suit was Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. All I can say is contents match what is on the tin. This album hit me hard and soft. 1 minute I was happy during the time, 1 minute I was sad. The mix of emotions from the different songs and the order of the track list, it matches the title of this album perfectly, if I'm being completely honest. My top 3 from this album are Chihiro, if that's how you say it, Chihiro, Birds of a Feather. Oh, it's a really tough tie between Wildflower and L'amour de ma vie. Really tough tie between them two. I can't fully decide, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. It is quite a short album. It is only 10 tracks. Maybe that's not a short album. I'm just so used to Taylor releasing like 20 songs on an album that anything less than that is like a short album, but to be honest I think that is just the regular length of an album. Again, the production on this is absolutely insane. I really love, one thing I loved about this album was the echo effect in a lot of the songs. Also the themes that she talks about in these songs are so like you can adapt that to anyone's life, like Skinny, Birds of a Feather, Wildflower, The Greatest, Blue. Like a lot of people can adapt that to their life and their circumstances and really relate to those songs. I think it's a very versatile album, and this is an album that I think speaks to a lot of people. I can't wait to see her again. Okay, unfortunately I don't have this vinyl yet. I'm waiting for the pressing of it to be restocked because there's a particular pressing on one of it, but it's sold out at the moment and I don't want to get any other pressing until I get this one. So I haven't got it in vinyl form. However, this had to make the list. Brat by Charli XCX. I'm seeing Charli this year. I cannot wait. Of course I'm going to vlog it. It's going to be so much fun. I didn't get tickets to her Sweat tour at the London O2 unfortunately, but I'm seeing her this summer. I cannot wait. I'm so excited to hear Brat live. It was a Brat summer and I think it's going to continue to be a Brat summer this summer. Now, I'm not going to lie, it took me a while to initially warm up to this album purely just because the album's very bassy, kind of clubby house music, and that's not my typical genre. I'm not a big fan of like house, trap music. However, this, the more I listen to it, the more I fell in love with it. This is fairly different to Charli's previous work, I'm pretty sure. I haven't listened to Charli's other albums in quite a while, but I think this was definitely a big switch for Charli, like musically. I might be wrong with that, don't quote me on that because I haven't listened to her other albums in a while. Also the marketing for this album, absolutely insane, and the Sweat tour looked so good. I'm so jealous of everyone who attended. If you did attend, you are so lucky and I'm very jealous. I genuinely think this was the album of summer. It was absolutely incredible and I feel like it just brought such a good vibe. Again, the production was incredible. It was very catchy. The lyrics are really clever. Some honourable mentions from Brat. My top 3 favourite songs from Brat are 360, Von Dutch and Talk Talk. They are my 3 favourites. However, I absolutely love the remixes that she did, like Guess with Billie Eilish. That is honestly one of my favourite songs. I'm really hoping Charli performs that when I see her, or Billie performs that when I see her, because I have to hear that song live. It's just such a good album, such a good album, such a vibe, such a bop. Okay, moving on, we have one of my favourite, Shawn by Shawn Mendes. As you guys would have known, I've said it so many times on this channel because I can't quite believe it. I was chosen to go to his exclusive Friends and Family only show in London. Second performance in like 4 years. It was absolutely insane. And he performed this whole album front to back live for us, and obviously no one had ever heard the song, so we were all just sitting in silence watching him and we were just taking all the music in. So we heard this before anyone else, and honestly I immediately grew such an attachment to this album. Like the memes behind the songs, he gave like a little speech after everyone, so he kind of explained what each song meant. I was smiling, I was crying. Again, I kind of went through quite a few emotions with this album. Absolutely loved it. I know it's been a while. I need to do my unboxing of Shawn the album. I am going to. I promise you though, that is coming. That is coming. So please subscribe so you don't miss that, because I am going to do it. I know I'm very late to the game. We've had Christmas, okay? Give me a break. I definitely think this is his most personal album. Also, again, you can kind of adapt what he's saying to your life in a certain way. You know, Heart of Gold is very personable and versatile because anyone who's lost someone, they could very much relate to that song. Also Heavy, a lot of people could relate to that. I related to Heavy when I first heard it, and also Rolling Right Along. I think that is stunning. Okay, my honourable mentions, my top 3 favourites on the album are okay, Heart of Gold. Oh, I do like In Between. You see, I'm such an indecisive person. I genuinely cannot pick. Why can't I just pick 3? Why is this literally impossible for me to do on any album? Really, really annoying. Heavy, Heart of Gold, Rolling Right Along. Let's just stick with them 3 for now. I don't want to overcomplicate it because it always changes. But yeah, they're my top 3. Next is one that I obviously was expecting because he releases great music and obviously produces music very, very well from Billie's music. However, I was not expecting to like love this album as much as I did. And that's not a bad thing to say like the music's not as strong or whatever. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. But like he blew it out of the park with this album, and that is For Crying Out Loud by Phineas. This album, honestly, like don't get me wrong, I knew I was going to like it because I do really like Phineas's music. I don't listen to it as much as Billie's, but I still really like it, and I really want to get oh my god, what's it called? Blood Harmony on vinyl. I really want to get that because I actually love that album. But yeah, I've always really enjoyed Phineas's music, but like I love this album. He's honestly knocked it out the park. I can't get over how good like the sound of it as well. It's really like slow, but it's like really like upbeat as well, so it's like a slow upbeat song, if that makes sense. I'm really bad at describing things. The 10-track list album, I also love the titles of the songs. I think they're really nice. Little Window, Same Old Story, Sweet Cherries, Lotus Eater. I think they're quite like cool names for songs. My top 3 songs from the album are For Crying Out Loud, Sweet Cherries, Lotus Eater. Sweet Cherries is underrated. It's like a 6-minute song as well, something like that. Yeah, I love the vibes of this album. It's so aesthetic, it's so smooth. It's definitely a versatile album where I could listen to it if I'm in a good mood, listen to it if I'm feeling a little bit lower in mood, like it would pick me up. It's such a great album and I cannot praise it enough, and I cannot wait to get it on vinyl. Yeah, if you haven't listened to For Crying Out Loud by Phineas, which you probably have because it's Phineas, so talented. If you haven't listened to it, go ahead and check it out. Okay, come on. I could not have done a top 10 albums of 2024 without including The Mother is The Tortured Poets Department by Miss T Swizzle. I don't need to talk about this album too much because literally everybody and their mother has listened to this album. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself, let's be honest. Don't really need to go too in depth with that one. We all know why it's a great album. We all know. Honestly, you give Taylor Swift a brief and she will go above and beyond. Right, should we do my favourite songs? The thing is though, am I going to include the anthology edition? Yeah, I'm going to include it. Okay, right. We're going to do my top 5 because obviously, including the anthology edition, this is a chonky album. So, my top 5. Let's be nice here. So Long London. Come on now. Again, it changes all the time, but we're just gonna stick to 5. So Long London, Fresh Out the Slammer, So High School, I'm Gonna Get You Back. Is that 4? Yeah, that's 4. Okay, one more. It's between Guilty as Sin or I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can. Okay, we're just gonna leave it there. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you prefer the anthology edition or do you prefer the standard Torch Prep Department? Let me know. Come on, this had to make it into the top 10. Duh. So this next album, I didn't hear many people talking about it. Maybe everyone did talk about it and I just completely missed that train. But obviously I've loved this artist's music for years, genuinely years. One of his vinyl were one of my biggest ISOs. I managed to get a hold of it by the way. But yeah, I absolutely love his music and I've been supporting him for years during YouTube. And of course, when he released this album in 2024, it made it into my top 10. And that is Found Heaven by Conan Gray. Now, his favorite album of mine is Super Ache. Nothing I genuinely think can top that album for me. Like in Conan's discography, that is my favorite album. And this one took a few listens because sometimes with albums I need to listen to them about 2 or 3 times through to like fully establish if I like the album or not. And when I listened to this a few times, I really loved it. It's kind of got like a synthy 80s pop vibe to it. It is very retro, which I love because I am a sucker for retro aesthetic and the retro sound. One of my favorite music genres is music from the 80s. I just love 80s music, so this actually is so perfect. It's kind of like 80s music with a modern twist. I did see him on the Found Heaven tour, and not to mention this album live honestly like made me see the album in a completely different way. The vibes that this album brought when it was performed live, absolutely insane. So much fun. Again, it's such a feel-good album and he does some high notes in this album. The harmonies, the layering, oh my god, blew it out of the bag. Now, my favourite songs from the album are Fainted Love. I think Fainted Love is my ultimate favourite on the album. Killing Me. Oh no, Eye of the Night. I love Eye of the Night. Hang on. Am I actually gonna, I'm so annoying. Am I actually gonna do this with every single album? Okay, Fainted Love, Killing Me, Eye of the Night. Let's just say they're my favourites, but I'm gonna give some honourable mentions, okay? So honourable mention, Lonely Dancers, Ali Rose, Bourgeoisiesis, and Winner. They're just some honourable mentions. If you haven't listened to this album yet, listen to it. Next album I have on my list is by Mr. Benson Boone, Fireworks and Rollerblades. Now I am going to get the vinyl of this, again just haven't gotten around to it. Vinyl's expensive, okay? I need to incrementally purchase them. I saw Benson live last year in November on his second to last date of the Fireworks and Rollerblades tour. He has honestly one of the best stage presences I have ever seen of an artist, and I've been to a lot of concerts. Not to mention the pipes that Benson Boone has. That man can genuinely sing to the high heavens. It is insane to witness witness that talent live as well. And the album as well, such a good vibe. Again, you've got slow songs, you've got happy songs if you want a little dance. Like, honestly, it will match your vibe. So my top 3 are Slow It Down, Cry, and it's between Forever and a Day and Drunk in My Mind, because I really love Forever and a Day. Drunk in My Mind. Let's do Drunk in My Mind. Slow It Down, Cry, Drunk in My Mind. Now my top 3 on the album. However, honorable mention, Forever and a Day. I cannot wait to listen to this album on vinyl. I can't wait to get a hold of it. I'm hoping to get a hold of the splatter disc, because come on, fireworks. It looks like a fireworks. I'm kind of holding out to try and get that pressing. And I also feel like 2024 was the year for Benson, like establishing himself as an artist. I feel like his success really grew this year. So come on, we've got to have his album in the top 10, because Beautiful Things, no notes. Okay, now this next album is from an indie pop artist. He does a lot of festivals. He did a tour this year, which me and my best friend did attend, and it was amazing. So good. This artist even viewed my story, so we love that. I'm always apprehensive when new albums come out, because I'm like, oh, is it going to be different from their previous work? Is it going to be very similar? Are they going to have like the same tone of voice, or have they done a complete like genre switch? I know the genre of this artist, and I know what his previous stuff sounded like, which I absolutely love his older music. So I was apprehensive of this album just because I was like, oh, I wonder what it's going to be like. However, my expectations were met. If anything, they were actually like, it was above expectations, because this album honestly was a really big part of 2024 for me. I listened to this like there was no tomorrow. I just always felt really good listening to the album. Like, it really brought out a good vibe, and that is What Happened to the Beach by Declan McKenna. Now, I'm trying to find a good way to describe Declan McKenna's music for people who don't listen to him. It's so funny because he's got like 10 million monthly listeners on Spotify, right? But he's kind of one of those artists that is a little bit smaller. He does a lot of festivals, he does his own tours, but they're mainly like in small venues, and you don't really hear of him much in like the media as such. I'll tell you what though, he's like a little golden nugget. Like, his music is just top tier. When you listen to him, you're like, oh yeah, this is why he's famous. His music genre is indie pop. It's kind of got like a synth sound to it, if that makes sense. I really hope I'm describing that right. 3 words to describe this album: synths, wind chimes, bouncy. There we go. Those are my 3 words to describe the album. Or my top 3 songs on this album are Sympathy, Elevator Hum, Mullard's Dinner and Wine. However, honourable mention, Mezzanine. Yeah, really fun, boppy album. If you haven't listened to it, go ahead and listen to it. It's a very great album for summer as well. And last but not least, we have a true queen who took a little break from music, obviously to pursue her dream or whatever. That is Eternal Sunshine by Miss Ariana Grande. So I've always said my favourite album from Ariana Grande was Dangerous Woman. I genuinely didn't think anything would top Dangerous Woman for me. However, this album I genuinely think is my favourite album that Ariana has ever released. It's my favourite piece of work she's ever done, and I love Ariana. I really hope to see her on tour one day. If she does do another tour, I'm not 100% sure if she will, because I remember in an interview she said she wants to focus more on acting instead of music. But who knows, maybe she might do a surprise tour this year. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I've always loved Ariana's music, and her whole discography I absolutely love. But when this album came out, I don't know if it's because she had a long break from music and we didn't get music from her for quite a while, or if it was like the tone of the album that I loved so much. I'm not sure. I am a person that loves ethereal things. I'm not overly into astrology as such. I do love it, but I don't like fascinate over like star signs and stuff like that. I love ethereal aesthetics, motifs. Don't know if that's the correct wording for it. But there's something about this album that I just absolutely loved, how it felt like an out-of-body experience in a way, and there was such a dreamy state to the songs that I really loved. It kind of gave me a bit of REM vibes. Favourite songs, my ultimate favourite on this album is Supernatural. Supernatural is that girl, and she will be my favourite on this album forever. But coming in 2nd and 3rd place, we have Eternal Sunshine, and I'm not gonna lie, I really like the Saturn Returns interlude. I know that's not a song, it's like a little break between the songs, but the Saturn Returns interlude, I don't know, it just feels like a little warm hug. It feels really comforting to hear, and again, I think it's a really beautiful way of giving the album a storytelling element. I just really love the storytelling element of this album. I think it was very well thought out. Yeah, absolutely love this album. So they are my top albums for 2024. Now let's go into my top songs for 2024. Again, there were so many singles, I'm not going to be able to name every single single that ever came out. However, these are my top 10 songs that came out of 2024. Let's do a quick little speed run because this video is probably already quite long. First one, Good Luck Babe. If you are subscribed to our channel, you know how much I've been raving about this song. This was honestly, I genuinely think, the best song of 2024 to be released like as a single. The bridge, oh my god, the bridge I actually need tattooed on my forehead. End of Beginning by Dijo, or DJO, I don't know how he says his name, aka Joe Keery, aka Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. I actually listened to Dijo before this song came out. I listened to his 2020 album. I really love his song Chateau. Like, I've listened to his music before, but End of Beginning, I've used it in a little 2024 recap video on my channel. I post it on like my shorts. You go ahead and watch that, it's in my shorts. But that song really encapsulated 2024 for me. Again, it was very comforting. I loved the retro vibe of it. It was a beautiful song. Us by Gracie Abrams featuring Taylor Swift. This song, again, Taylor Swift, come on, features her, incredible choice by Gracie. And the song itself, I absolutely love how the production is of it, how it's constructed, and Gracie and Taylor's voices together, oh my god, it sounds so good. I did not know I needed a Gracie and Taylor collab until this song. Okay, this is kind of cheating. I have kind of cheated and bent the rules a little bit. When do I not? Birds of a Feather / Wildflower. But I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna discard Wildflower and just keep Birds of a Feather because Birds of a Feather was released as a single. Come on, I don't really need to say much more on Birds of a Feather. It's a stunning song. 360 by Charlie XCX. Come on, that iconic video with all the cameos. Absolutely insane. Absolutely love the music video for it. Diet Pepsi by Addison Rae. Now, I was not expecting to love this song as much as I did, but I did. I love it. I'm really excited to hear what else Addison Rae puts out this year, because I think 2024 was definitely a great kickstart for her music career. I know she's released music before, but I've never listened to her previous stuff. Maybe I need to, because I loved Diet Pepsi. The vibes of it has a very 90s 2000s sound to it, I think. Do any of you agree? Because I think it does, and I think that's maybe why I like it so much. Like, it's a very easy listening song, but it's such a vibe. Imagine like blasting that song when you're driving down like a motorway late at night with like windows down. Oh, again, I've kind of bent the rules a little bit. Bedchem or Juno by Sabrina Carpenter. Two of my favorite songs on Short and Sweet. However, I know Bedchem was released kind of as a single because she's kind of done like a 7-inch single for it, so I guess it is technically a single. But Juno has blown up as well, so I think one of those two songs, I think they could be merged into one because they're both from the same artist. So High School by Taylor Swift. This song sounds like falling in love. I've never been in love, but this song sounds like what falling in love is like. I absolutely love it, and again matches the song. So High School sounds like high school romance. Love it. These Walls by Dua Lipa. I think this was her best song on Radical Optimism. I love the lyrics as well, and also there's this moment where she kind of does like this humming. I'm not gonna do it. That's which kind of does this like thing throughout the verses, and I just think it sounds so pretty. And then finally, to finish off the top 10 songs 2024, Messy by Lola Young. My friend Tommy, who I went to go see Conan Gray with, he showed me this song and I immediately fell in love with it, and now I have an attachment to this song because Tommy showed it to me, and the day he showed me, we were going to see Conan, and I honestly, we had it on playing on repeat, like when we were getting ready, when we were traveling, like this song has been on repeat, and I immediately fell in love with it. Like I said, sometimes it takes me a while to fall in love with songs. Like maybe I have to listen to them a few times to like get into the swing of it and feel like the vibes of the song before I actually say I like the song. However, this one, I literally listened to it the first time, honestly the first 30 seconds, and I immediately just loved it. So there you have it, guys. They were my top 10 albums of 2024 and my top 10 singles of 2024. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with what I said, and comment below your top albums and songs for 2024. And if you agree with my list, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for a brand new video. Bye.